Hey guys, what's going on, everybody? Allie already hitting me up with the nice words. Holy cow, who is this awesome Flesh and Blood player? Must follow. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. So more Flesh and Blood tonight. I know nobody's surprised by that. I'm going to be playing more Katsu. I think playing Katsu is just honestly like I just need more reps with it. I'm not super familiar with the Katsu deck. I mean, I've played quite a few games recently and I'm getting better with it. But I definitely need to need to get better with it. So I'm looking forward to continuing to grind out the games and figure out Katsu a little bit more. With the help of chat, probably be able to string together some wins. Let's put together nationals testing. That's what I'm looking for. Flip over to my Katsu. So I got 23 games so far, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I am 16-7 on Katsu so far. So sounds like someone needs some new subs to make up for a crippling gambling addiction. Listen, the more subs I have, the more crippling my gambling addiction can be. That's exactly how this works. Oh, man. I had a lot of fun today at the casino playing roulette. Man, that dude, roulette was... Huh? Carly just told me my camera was turned off, and I was looking at my stream, and I was looking at my screen going, something looks off. Like, I feel like there's something missing. It's me. That's what's missing. I'm an idiot. Sorry about that. Thanks, Carly. Carly catching all of my mistakes. Oh. All right, so hopefully we can find some games tonight. I'm really looking forward to playing more Katsu, honestly. Katsu's been a lot of fun recently. You're not an idiot, take it back. Okay, I take it back. Playing against Lexi, I think we want to go second here. I think that's what we're looking for. Hi and good luck. I don't recognize that person's name, so. Command and Conquer. Flick Flax, I don't think the fog downs are relevant. We want those against we want that against Azalea. Is this site free to play? Yes, it is free to play. So it's talishar.net, and then from there all you have to do is use like Fabrary, which is literally just like it's library, but with like FA in front of it, like Fabrary is what it's called. What do we want to cut here? We have the 66 card special right now. Don't really want to be on the 66 card special. Gonna be honest, I don't really know. This is my problem, is I never know what to cut. I don't want to cut any of my blues because they're all super important. E-Strike allows us to play off a few card hands, which allows us to block pretty effectively. Maybe we cut Razors here. We cut Razors, we cut Ancestral Empowerment. I have no idea. We'll just try it with 63 and see what happens. I don't know. Not great at picking out stuff like that, so. Guys, I've been going on my Twitch rant here over the last stream. I'm gonna go back over my Twitch rant again this stream. I think we're gonna block 5 like this. I'm gonna go over my Twitch rant again. Twitch has changed their policy guidelines, and so that's a good start for them. And wow. We're just forced to pass here. Like, straight up. I think we're just forced to pass an Arsenal here. Oh. Yeah, this is tough. Allie says she already likes Kick better. That's hilarious. Kick is pretty cool. Like, I do like Kick. Speaking of Kick, at the end of the month, I'm no longer going to be streaming on I guess I might as well just use this. I'm no longer going to be streaming on Twitch at the end of the month. Twitch has changed their policies in a way that I feel like is very unfavorable for a lot of streamers. You can no longer multi-stream in any way at all. So that is now, I will no longer be streaming on Twitch at the end of starting in July. Just to let everybody know, I am live on YouTube and I'm live on Kick, and I'll be live on Facebook as well. So if any of those things interest you, I'd love to have you. We have quad red, so we're gonna break cost trap here. Man, Carly and Allie blowing it up. I love it. I enjoy the meme sticker. Man, you guys are finding all of the memes here, all of the stickers. Polite Cat has been energy. Oh my god, it's a Patrick boo. That's me when I'm booing bad drivers. That is 100% you when you're booing bad drivers. This is amazing. Oh, it's hilarious. So I'm gonna throw Soul Bead Strike here. Like, straight up, if they want to throw Purge Grapplers in a card at this, I'm completely okay with that. Oh, they have a defense reaction? I have to say, I wasn't ready for that. Let's Arsenal the Flick Flag. Another all red hand? Shoo! So this is for 8. So we give Bonds and Flick Flack. We go E-Strike for 7, and then we putting the Rising Knee Thrust on the bottom. Or actually, let's block Rising Knee Thrust Flick Flack. We'll go E-Strike, put in Bonds on the bottom, and then we'll Arsenal to bleed out here. Kick definitely has better emotes. Hey, look, I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. That's like awesome. Yeah, I think we'd rather keep the Bonds in our deck, honestly. No, actually, we'd rather have a Bonds in our graveyard because we can Bonds for another Bonds out of our graveyard with the right setup, and it's like a crazy good turn. Only downside that Twitch has that Kick doesn't is I can't minimize and have you open in another window. Yeah, me and Carly were talking about that the other day. I'm not a fan of that. I really wish that there was a way to have that you could minimize things on that you could minimize things on Kick and still have other people open. It is very unfortunate. We're gonna put this on the bottom and go buff power. So we basically agreed to take 2 there to throw 7, and then we're gonna Arsenal our bleed out. I am intrigued that this Lexi is playing defense reactions here. That's one of the first times I've ever seen somebody do something like that, so this turn's probably going to end with a Codex of Frailty. So we block the McGinty release here. Block McGinty release. So they're loading up on laces here. So if this hits, they'll give us another Frailty token, which I don't feel like is super relevant here, but honestly, blocking the Heat Seeker is relevant in my opinion. I mean, maybe I'm just throwing 8 at this. Victory Screech! Ooh! Ben with a follow on Kick. I appreciate you guys making Kick accounts to follow me. It means a lot. We'll just block 8 here. We already have a pretty lackluster turn. Finally, some Flesh and Blood on Kick. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. So we're playing into their 5-card hand. This hand's not really great. Yeah, let's pay 2 with the Lord of Wind here, I guess. Dude, you guys are finding all the great emotes here. I love it. Really hoping they don't have Rain Razor's 3 of a kind here. It doesn't appear so, but there's no bop emote uninstall. I'm not surprised to hear you say that if you want the truth. I know how you feel about the bop emote. And to be fair, the bop emote is pretty great. Like, the bop emote is awesome. That's like the bin staple, if I've ever seen an emote that was a staple for a person, honestly. I think I'm just taking Drill Shot here. I don't think this is super relevant. So right now, with the way that their hand is set up, we can go Kadachi Kadachi. If those hit, we'll go Bleed Out for 4. Then we have Gust Wave into Bonds, into... Ew. We don't have a 0 for 4 here that we can get. We don't have a 0 for anything we can get off the Bonds. That's pretty awkward. Makes me wonder if we should block with the Bonds and then Arsenal a Gust Wave here. So we can go get the last Mugenshi release. So we can go... Man, there's not really anything great to get here. I mean, I guess we can go get another Bonds, but we can't play it. This is... Huh. Let's just go Kadachi Kadachi. They might block the Kadachi here, honestly. If, like, they're worried about, like, if they're, like, so if they have, like, Rain Razor's 3 of a kind here, yeah, so they're going to throw Perch Grapplers in front, which I think is super interesting, which means Bleed Out now costs 1. So that's not good for us. And, yeah, like, I honestly, like, so it's really weird, but them blocking like that was, like, worst case scenario for us. And I do mean absolutely worst case scenario for us. That's really bad. Star Power Paul. Is online cheaper to play than paper? So online is actually free to play. Playing online is completely free, like 100% free. Yeah, we literally have Bonds and Mugenshi release, like, and there's just, like, we're not going to trigger masks, so we're just going to pass on the ability and just let this be 4 here. Oh my god, thank you, Flesh and Blood. I mean, hey, that B can be the emote for a loss because it's a buzzkill. Lol, I love that. Bro, I can't imagine spending $300 for just 1 card. I mean, Flesh and Blood can be a rather expensive game at times. I do hear you there. Also, thanks for following, Paul. I appreciate it, brother. We're just going to have to hope that their turn's not crazy, which it already looks like their turn's going to be crazy. So, if we pitch Soul Bead Strike... I think we're just pitching Lord of Wind here, actually. And I guess if worse comes to worse, we block with the Soul Bead Strike. And then we play... No, we need to keep resources here. Ah, yes. Much happening over here. Dude. Bryson, making a kick account just to come and hang out. Dude, I appreciate that. Y'all are the best. Hey. This is terrible. I can't block this out because of the way my hand is set up. Like, literally, if I block 3, 6, 8, my man is just going to play the... Man, I'm about to get abused this turn. This is tough. Yeah, I have to take 7 here because Rain Razors is such a blowout and I have no turn. At least if I don't block, I can still have a turn. So I can block 6 and do nothing here. Yeah, this is so bad. Yeah, we have to take 4 here. Let's see. Oh, I see this is an unofficial app, but free is free. So it is unofficial. It 100% is. LSS has openly stated multiple times that they don't like, that they don't want their game to be played like online. But this client is like supported by the community so heavily because some people just can't play in paper, whether it be because of where they're located or because of other things. So they actually they just kind of let this happen. And I'm very thankful for that. So yeah, Ben, I changed your command to book it because I thought it was so much better. Okay. Yeah, this is a tough scene. If they block this out with 2 cards, which it appears they're not going to, I was like, we are in deep trouble here. If they block that out with 2 cards, our turn was literally going to be pitch E-Strike to play Kadachi, which was going to be the worst swing back ever. Their hand just lined up in such an efficient way compared to what we had there. And some can't even afford to play the game, such as me. I play Card Fight Vanguard personally, and it's expensive, but nowhere near Flesh. For 120 bucks, I can build a pimped out deck in Vanguard. I mean, so yeah, being able to build key phrase pimped out here for $120, I don't know any card game in the world where you can get prices that cheap. So I would enjoy that as much as humanly possible. This is so bad. I mean, I guess I'm blocking 3 here, and then I'm going to block 5 on the Endless Arrow. We block Flusterfist, take 2. Hey, Kyle with the follow-on kick. I appreciate you, brother. No, I can't, actually, because I have to have both my cards to block this. And then my Command and Conquer is basically going to be for naught here if I still have this. Man. All of these things are lining up very poorly. So I think I'm blocking 5 here. So if I block 3, take 2. I take 2, go to 12. And then I can block Surging Strike, Command and Conquer. And then go Kadachi, Bleed Out. And if Bleed Out hits, I draw a card. Man, this is a special kind of bad. We are hurt in a bad way. But is there mill in this game? There's not really mill in this game. You can't really mill your opponent out or anything like that. The most one of the most common long game strategies like that is called, excuse me. It's actually referred to as fatiguing, and it's when you run your opponent out of cards. Bad game. That does not constitute a bad game. You are full of it, sir. So it's really weird. My opponent blocking with Perch Grapplers the way they did that one turn actually saved them 6 points of damage off of a 2 block, which is funny because it's not something I'm used to seeing. So, and then they give me 2 cards here to stop my mask. I mean, they're up 13 points. Them blocking proficiently will win them the game, 100%. So if I block knee thrust, and then go Kadachi, Arsenal, Like, so the fact that they had a 2-card hand that throws for 6 points, like it's just like, I mean, it's very on rate, but I needed them to just like take a turn off. I could block 3, take 3, go to 9, which does not feel great. And then from here, I can go Kodachi Surging Strike into Knee Thrust. Yeah, I don't know. This feels like we're hurting in a bad way. In a bad, bad way. Because if they block this, we don't get to Katsu. But if they don't block this, we get to throw a 0 for 4. All right, we're just going to Arsenal the Rising Knee Thrust here. If we draw a leg tap, we can have a pretty sweet combo line. We did not draw a leg tap, so now we're back to where we started. We definitely blocking 6 here. So we block 6, which means that if they do have a Rain Razors, it's not doing anything. Was that Codex of Blood Rot? They played Codex of Blood Rot just so they could have the Ponder token, which is honestly not bad. I don't like hate that line of play from them. Command and Conquer getting some decent value for us here. They'll probably get okay, so their arsenal cards just not worth it. And then we're gonna take 2, go to 17. Crazy parts, we're probably never gonna get Mask. So if I block 3 here, take 1. Like, is there ever a world where I'm giving them Mask here? I just don't think I can afford to give them Mask. Yeah, I'll pay the 2. I might as well. And then I just can't block this. I'm just going to block 5. Are you going to let me block with both my cards? So I go to 5, and then I'm going to go to 3 here. Yeah, this has been tough. This game has not been good. I feel like they had 2 turns where their hands just really lined up against our hands, and we just ended up in like a really bad spot from early on in the game. Maybe that's me like thinking a little bit too much about it there. I don't know. Like, maybe this is just not a good matchup. Oh man, we're gonna end the game with them playing Rain Razors 3 of a kind. The only good thing, like the best thing that lines up for us here is that we have 12 block in our hand, so that's good at least. Maybe we got lucky and they didn't draw blue or something. Not likely, but yeah, we'll just block 6 here. They can't pump this or do anything because of the Rain Razors text. This is for 6. They're going to go to 25 and then 21 cards. And then we're going to go to 25 cards. I don't really think there's a world where we're ever going to fatigue them from this point in the game, but I mean, I feel like we're going to have to give it our best shot here. They have one more Voltaire activation. We know they have a yellow Frostbite in their hand. So they play the Frostbite or the Winter's Bite. We're gonna discard the Rising Knee Thrust. Yeah. We discard that. They're gonna Arsenal their last card. At least I thought they were. Now they're gonna come in for 5. We're gonna go to 1. Well, there's our last Flick Flag. I honestly forgot that we had a Flick Flag in our deck from this point in the game, if you guys want the God's honest truth. So I know we'd played too early on, so I was a little surprised to see it. Little surprised to see it this late in the game. And my man just Arsenal's here. Let's see if this is worth using. I mean, I don't really think we're going to get a better option here. That's fine. We knew that there was at least... There's probably one more in their deck somewhere. Yes, we're going to do Breeze Rider Boots. We're going to do Mask. Is there anything that follows up Descendant Gust Wave here? Is there a Bonds left in our deck? If there's a Bonds left in our deck, we can have a little bit of a play here. Bonds number 1, Bonds number 2. I'm pretty sure we blocked with all 3 of them. No, we put one on the bottom earlier. Yes, use Katsu's ability. I thought we put one on the bottom earlier. I must be having a stroke. Yeah, I must be having a stroke. I don't know. So... yeah, I guess... Should I just quit MTG and play this game? Do you all have a good local scene? Dude, we have like one of the best local scenes within 3 hours of here. We also have one of the most competitive areas within 3 hours of here. You should 1000% quit playing Magic and play this. Now, don't get me wrong, I still love all the guys from Magic, but we have the most, like, one of the most competitive local scenes probably on the eastern side of the country within about 3 hours of here. So you'll get some of the best games of Flesh and Blood in the area playing here. This is for 2, this is for 2, this is for 3. I guess we're just going to go get Whelming Gust Wave because it's for 3. I could just go get the Mugenshi release and play the Mugenshi release and then Arsenal the Gust Wave here. I think that's a fine line. Yeah, it seems fine. I could probably get like 1K or a little more for my collection. I don't know what being competitive in this game costs. I mean, so honestly, there is a little the like cost, like barrier cost of entry is a little bit higher than it is in like what I would say most games, honestly. But this game, like I think this game is well worth it in my opinion. You're rewarded a lot more in this game for playing better. How like sometimes you will play as well as you just physically can and still get punished in Magic. And honestly, that's one of the things that I always hated the most about Magic. So you could buy most of the like pieces, like generic equipment that like bounces between a lot of decks for like you probably like $800, and then after that you're probably like just spending you know $100 here, $100 there to buy other decks is what I would tell you. This is probably his last Rain Razors, and I'm gonna die. It's not his last Rain Razors. But this is going to be for 7, and now I'm dead to that because I can block 6, and then I'm going to die. Yep. I had that turn where I fell behind very early, like the Rain Razor. Like, so he had the Endless Arrow Rain Razor's turn where there was literally nothing I could do to block it out. No matter how I had played out that turn, I would not have been able to block out his Rain Razor or his Endless Arrow. And his Endless Arrow with the bracers, just, it gave him so much value. So much value. Like, it was really unfortunate that my game, like that my hand lined up in a way to where I really couldn't do anything that I wanted to with the way his hand drew it lined up that way. I should probably learn to play before I quit another game. Any YouTube series or people I should follow? So there is, I know I'm about to like plug myself. I made a video that actually talks about the basics of Flesh and Blood. And like talks about a lot of the basic keywords and like the mechanics of the game, and so it'll kind of explain to you what's going on. That's a real, like, honestly, I would start there. I think I'm just gonna leave this the way it is. I don't really want anything else. Like, I think just the raw 60 is fine here. You could watch that, and then I think Channel Fireball did a couple of videos on like how to play the game, like just physically how to actually play the game. Mine's more like, my video that I made is more like keywords and like things you should understand and things that make sense. And there's some like beginner and there's some like more like advanced things in that game. But I think it would be like, I think watching that video would be very beneficial for you. Okay. So I think what we're gonna do is I'm probably straight up going to use my Razor this turn as a way to push through damage, because I know that there's nothing my opponent can do right here. But Bryson, I don't think it's a bad idea for you to learn to play Flesh and Blood before you decide to like start playing it, or like stop playing stop playing Magic. I don't think that's a bad idea at all. Like, knowing what you're getting into is definitely the way to do it. So I'm actually just going to let this happen, and then I'm just going to Arsenal my Razor here. I think I'd rather have the Razor in Arsenal than I would anything else. We pushed through a point there. I was thinking that my opponent wouldn't block the Kodachis, but it's turn 0. Of course, they're going to block the Kodachis. Like, that was just me being a fool. We did also get some really sweet information there that my opponent's playing Eisenhower Weathervane, which is super spicy. They left in Frost Text against me, which I think is also interesting. That is definitely not where I would have started. Like, as somebody who played a lot of Icelander, channeling Frigid, that's obnoxiously good. As somebody who's played a lot of Icelander, I would not have Frost Text in this matchup. Sink below is like worst case scenario for us here. So we're gonna play Whelming Gustwave for 4. If this hits, we draw a card. My opponent definitely wanted to block there. So the fun part is, like, I can still Razor this here. No, I can't, because I only have 1 resource. Never mind. Ignore me. I mean, I get to play Bonds here. I'm not going to get anything because the Channel Lake is going to stop me from actually playing the Rising Knee Thrust, or I would go get Rising Knee Thrust here, but we're already putting ourselves ahead in a big way here. I mean, I think this is better served as a 0 for 2 here. Oh, I can't play it. Never mind. Let's play Kadachi. In my head, I couldn't play the 0 for 2, and I couldn't figure out why before I was going to do anything, but that's why. So here we're going to go Stab Wound, Release, then Dishonor. Look at my opponent. Getting frisky here. Nourishing Emptiness, huh? Interesting. I have to say I'm a little surprised to see my opponent playing Nourishing Emptiness. Channel Lake Frigid. Doing very good job so far. Probably getting Mask. Yeah, we definitely got Mask last turn. I wasn't considering the fact that they wanted to actually keep their cards for their channel. So was definitely wasn't considering that. But yeah, Stu, you're absolutely right. Should have been playing to that. So we're actually not going to be able to Katsu anything here. Channel Lake again doing its like just best job to shut us down here. No, we're not going to use Katsu's ability, but I am going to push through a Kadachi. I could have pitched both my Razor and my Ancestral Power to play my Razor from Arsenal, but I honestly think I just want to hang on to that, make my opponent think about it a little bit. We're going to go Razor, Fluster Fist. Not that pitch stacking is like super key part of our game plan here, but... Alright, so my opponent's about to give me like 1 trillion Frostbites. And take cards out of my hand. So this is going to give us 4 Frostbites. Which means we're just going to be A-Bing everything here. Thanks a lot, opponent. Literally just allowing us to keep cards in our deck. Like... so them doing the Waning Moon before they actually let everything resolve literally just lets us keep cards in our deck. They are playing catch-up in a big way here with the way that they're... with the way that their draw worked out, because I am going to take 4 here. The fact that they're playing the Eisenhower Weather Vanes makes more sense on why they have Frost Hex in the game in their deck. They're definitely trying to play... They're not really playing Bull Lander. They're playing Combo Icelander, where they're just trying to keep Channel Lake out for as long as possible and just take tempo as many times as possible. Our opponents had a really good draw here. Like, they've seen a Nourishing Emptiness that we couldn't stop, and they've seen a red Ether Ice Vein and with a Eisenhower Weather Vane. Like, it's been very good. Very good draw for my opponent here. Now, they have 4 cards. The chances of them being able to keep their Channel Lake again is extremely low. Yeah, I'm taking 2 here. We have 2 blues in our hand. I don't care to take 2 so that I can push damage through. So let's pitch Fluster Fist. Deal 1 arcane damage to any target if Ifebind was fused, and deals damage, freeze a card in their arsenal until the start of your next turn. So we're going to pay for this. I have no reason not to AB this here. We have an extra blue. Hey, Carly, plug in my YouTube. Thank you, baby. I appreciate it. For anybody who hasn't heard, I'm going to try not to pester you all to death and bore you all to death with this as much as I can, but Carly's plugging my YouTube as much as she is because at the end of the month, I'm going to stop streaming on Twitch and I'm actually going to start streaming on YouTube and Kick. So if you guys follow me on Twitch and you like my comment, be sure to check me out on YouTube. It means a lot. I greatly appreciate it. Yes, we're going to use Katsu's ability. We're going to discard our Soul Bead Strike. To go get a... We're going to go get a Bonds of Ancestry. So now we're going to come in with a Whelming Gust Wave for 2. So our opponent is going to block this with 1 card more than likely, and then we're going to get to blow them out with the Razor. I'm sorry, I didn't think we'd get this far. Like, I just wasn't ready for this moment. Yeah, we're gonna say no reactions here. If they play a Sink Below or something, they don't play a Sink Below. So we're gonna play Bonds of Ancestry here. I guess I'm gonna go get a Rising Knee Thrust, and we'll just Razor the Rising Knee Thrust here. Okay. Okay, opponent, like, what are you trying to do here? Like, banish my card before you can block. Like, I don't really understand what my opponent's doing here. Like, they haven't been given an opportunity to block because I haven't done anything yet. So now, you can block, opponent. What? Okay. Oh, man. I mean, I'm asking... Okay, I mean, that's fine. If you don't want to block it, then so be it. I can live with that. Man, if I'd have known I was going to draw a Gust Wave, I could have went and got another Bonds, and I could have just kept this train rolling. So... what are we looking for here? I honestly think what we're going to do is go Rising Knee Thrust. Actually, I'm sorry. I lied. We're going to go Tunic. Kadachi. They're going to let the Kadachi hit. And then from here, we're going to go Rising Knee Thrust. I'm going to pitch our Bleed Out to play the Razor Reflex here so that we can push through some extra points because I just want to be using my cards at this point. We put our opponent to 7 here, and then I'm just going to Arsenal. And then that way I have a... what does this card do? Deal 5 damage, was fused, deal X damage, where X is +5. Oh, okay, so it's just damage. I was like, if we get Frostbites, we have to block it here, but... okay, so that wasn't bad. So all reds is kind of tough, and especially off of a turn where we just used our Tunic resource. But, I mean, Hey, Bryson, thanks for subbing on YouTube. I appreciate it. So I think pushing this through for 3 extra points is pretty valuable here. I get rid of the Frostbite. Actually, that's just wrong, and I'm getting ready to talk about why. So I'm going to play... Yeah, so we get to play E-Strike for 7 here. We get to pitch our Razor Reflex to pay for it, and then we get to put our leg tap on the bottom of the deck. This is for 4 extra points here this turn, so this is just a better play. And now we've been rewarded. We had some patience, and now we have our Surging Strike line with some blues, which is exactly what we're looking for. So let's just start with Kadachi here, see what they do. Polar Blast, I am not going to pay for that. You can have Dominate. Now they do have a 5-card hand off of their Tunic Polar Blast, which is kind of cool. That's always one of my favorite plays, was like Tunic Cold Snap, Tunic Polar Blast was like, it's such a fun line in my opinion. Like, it just having a 5-card hand in Icelander is just so... There's a lot of value that you can get off of that. I'm going to pitch Lord of Wind here because if nothing else, my stab wound is just going to be a 2 threatening to kill you, which I do like. Also, it's 16-3, so I think we're in the driver's seat here. Like, it feels like we're in a pretty good spot. If you guys want the truth, falling into some of the last turns of the game, we're like in a pretty good spot. So my man agrees to take 1 here. So we get Mask. Insane. We're gonna go get our last Bonds of Ancestry here. Yes, we're gonna use Katsu's ability. We're gonna discard our Stab Wound. Go get Bonds of Ancestry. We're gonna kill our opponent this turn, I'm pretty sure. We're gonna come in for 5, go again. I'm pretty sure our opponent's just dead here. Like, it doesn't matter what they do because we can actually use Tide Flippers to keep the turn going here. Our opponent goes to 1. Bonds. We're going to go get another Bonds of Ancestry here. Oh no. We can't do that. I'm such a Bagnon. Okay, so we just if we had 1 Bonds in our deck, we could go search for a Bonds, play Whelming Gust Wave, Tide Flippers to give it go again, play Bonds, go get a Rising Knee Thrust. So feels bad. So we're not going to kill our opponent this turn, but we are going to get 2 cards from their hand right here. And then if their last card's a 2-block, they're just dead because this is a 0 for 3. So we no longer have the leg tap line in our deck, but is this a sink below here? Oh, they just had nothing? Okay. I guess they just had like a no block or something. I don't really... After they've gotten rid of Amulet of Ice, the only no block I can think of is Heart of Fiendel. So I don't know. I'm not sure. All right. Let's update our record. We are 1-1 now. I'm going to fill out my Nats testing sheet real quick. So I'm going to take 2 seconds here and fill this out. Lost the Lexi game. Could not block Endless Arrow, Rain, Razors, and it cost me... What did that end up costing me? So they did the first one for 7 with Rain Razors face up. The second one was for 6 because they ended up playing it, and then the last one was for 9 because they had a Lace with Frailty. Or no, I'm sorry, it was for 7 because of the Bracers, so it ended up costing me 13 extra points. Which is tough. Got tempo early. And never let up. And then that was what my notes for the Icelander game. Alright, so we're 1-1. Let's keep on rolling. 101's not bad. Oh, guys, if y'all are hanging out tonight, I appreciate y'all hanging out. Whether you're hanging out on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Kick, wherever you're choosing to spend your evening watching me play cards, I greatly appreciate it. If y'all see any lines or anything that I miss, please throw them in the chat. I am not bothered by backseat gaming. I'm always open to another line that I could have taken or something I could have done better. I also started recently running like deck donations and like play against me things. So if you guys want to, if you guys ever like want, if there's a deck you guys ever want to see me play, you can hit ! Donate and then donate $5. Oh, excuse me. And I'll play the exact deck you send me through 5 games on stream. And I can try to set it up on a night to where you're watching. And that you can like be a part of that, and I'll play through like 5 games of that, and then I'll give some constructive criticism on your deck to see how we might improve it, or if you ever want to play against me, if you ever feel like you want to play against me or anything like that, you can hit ! Donate and hit for $10, and then you pick your deck, you pick my deck, and we'll play 3 games against each other and kind of duke it out. So let's see. Against Viserai, I think we want Flickflax. Man, is this like... I think if we're ever going to test the Fog Down, I think this has to be it, if I'm being completely honest here. I don't know what cards we're looking to cut. Maybe we want to cut the Razors here. I mean, Viserai doesn't do a ton of blocking. Maybe we just want to run the 62 card special. And I'm honestly debating, do I want to be on Tunic Gloves? I think I want to be on Gloves, but I don't think I want to be on Tunic. I think I want to have AB1 here. I'm going to try it and see what happens. AB1 might not be correct. We might just be better off to just be playing Breaking Scales and just trying to run our opponent over. That is very possible. Talishar playing against Viserai, and we're going second. I am intrigued that my opponent chose for me to go second. Not something I thought I would see, if you want the God's honest truth. They pitched to make a Rune Chant, pitching Revel and Rune Blood and Knife Blade of the Blood Oath. Considering that they chose to pitch that, I am intrigued to know... I'm very intrigued to know what that, like, they must have another Revel in their hand. I can only assume they had 2 Revels. It's the only thing I can come up with here. So let's go Surging Strike, pitching Mugenshi Release. They'll probably block this if I had to guess. Most people are under the opinion that they should block the first thing Katsu does every turn. And to be fair, if I'm throwing a powerhouse card like Red Surging Strike at you, you probably should block it. Yeah, so they give us Grasp and become the Arc Knight. We're going to come in for 5 here. I'm not going to use Katsu's ability, mostly because we have nothing to actually Katsu with. And I'm just going to save the Red Surging Strike here. So they play Red Mavrian Skies. I'm actually not going to block the Rune Chant. We'll just take the 1 here. So this is for 4 on hit, do some broken stuff. I kind of like block 5, throw 7. It's a 12-point turn, which is a little inefficient, but it's still not a bad turn. Because our opponent's going to throw... Oh, okay, so they have Revel. I mean, yeah, we just have to take all the Rune Chants here. So they did have 2 Revels at the start of the game. I was correct on my assumption. And that's very good to remember because it'll remind me what... It'll help me remember, like, a Viserai play pattern and what they will be looking to accomplish throughout the course of the game. Now, I could have taken the line of activate Cross Trap, throw Surging Strike from Arsenal, and then if they block that out, if my opponent blocks out the Surging Strike from Arsenal, which it appears they would have, I can throw E-Strike for 7 and then not have a Surging Strike, or I can keep my power cards. Okay, so my opponent knows what they're doing. My opponent is no slouch here. I can see it for sure. Let's pitch Soul Beat Strike here. We have a natural combo line without actually searching for anything. They're going to give me Grasp on the Kodachi. Interesting. I wonder why. I'd really like to know, like, what brought that about. So, I mean, I guess we could discard the Ancestral Empowerment and go get Mugenshi Release and use Breeze Rider Boots here and kind of telegraph what we're going for. I don't think we really have a reason to go for anything here. I'm just gonna leave this alone because I really like our natural combo line that we have. And if my opponent blocks with a 2-block card here, I'm actually just gonna use Empowerment to push it over the top, which means we'll get to draw 2 cards here. Now my opponent, if they're making a wise decision, will just give me a 3-block. That's if their hand permits it. Sometimes, you know, as Rune Blood and aggro players, you don't always have the availability to just keep the cards like that you want. I'm gonna pass here. Like, you don't always have the availability to block with a 3-block, but a lot of times people will if they can. Viserai also functions very well off of 3-card hands. Okay, so what do we got? 3 rune chance total. So we take the 3 rune chance, we go to 24. That gives them a 2-point lead. They make 3 on the back end. We block Mugenshi Release and we block Mugenshi Release and Boots here. We get to save. We get to use Boots to save quite a bit of life, which I personally think is worth. And then, I mean, we can't really do anything about these rune chants that they're stacking up. Our Viserai, like the Viserai player that we're playing against, obviously understands their role in the matchup. I'm really hoping that my opponent makes the greedy play here of thinking, oh, I'll just cover up whatever they do on Chainlink 3. That's generally the best line of play. Giving me Spellbound Creepers. That's a decision I don't know that I agree with. Spellbound Creepers is one of the most broken equipment pieces in the game. Like, Spellbound Creepers is insanely dumb. If you block with Spellbound Creepers without using it, I'm not trying to throw shade at my opponent, but if you're blocking Spellbound Creepers without actually using it for anything, then it tells me that you just do not understand the power of that card. There's nothing I'm going to Katsu for here. I'm just going to throw this for 3. And then we're going to Arsenal our Flick Flack. Drawing Flick Flack was a pretty sweet play here. Gives us the capability of having a defense reaction in Arsenal, which I'm a big fan of. Being able to cover up their their 4 cost attacks is like really where it's at. So they take a blue Spellblade Assault. Am I going to block enough Arcane here that it's going to be relevant for me? Like, I have to have at least 3 Arcane that I'm going to block for me to pitch this. I think I want to. I think with the way the game's going, I think it's okay for me to pitch this. I think that this game has gone in a very beneficial way. Or I just like having the blues here really lined up is what I was trying to say. Sorry. I don't feel like I can give Yeah, I do not feel like I can give Flick Flack here. This is not worth Flick Flack. Hey, sorry, whoever subbed on YouTube, I missed that. I didn't get the notification because your privacy settings are actually set up in a way that does not allow me to see when you get that. It's a default setting that YouTube has set up that way, so I hate that I missed that. I think that this is worth blocking because I get to block quite a bit here. And then Flick Flack covers this up. Cover this, and then I'll take the 2 Arcane, mostly because I don't really have a choice, and then I guess I can just I can go to 13 here and throw 2. We're just gonna go Kadachi here. It's a lot easier for them to throw 1 card and just block the Soul Bead Strike as opposed to like them blocking Kadachis feels a lot worse. So I really need to have a hand here where I can use my Cross Trap. Maybe that's a play error by me. Maybe I'm supposed to be using Cross Trap earlier on these aggro mirrors or these aggro matchups because I realize that they are just going, they're going to be faster paced. So it's very possible that that is just me making a play error. I think my hand is pretty good, and I think I can hang on to it because it's something that demands to be blocked. They don't have creepers to really punish me here, so... So, like, creepers would have been punishing there because if they have their resource and they have a Revel in their hand, they can go... They can go pay 1 for creepers to play Revel and Runeblood. They gain an action point, which would have been insane for them because they could have still thorned me here off of their turn. Like, am I just giving mask here? I don't know. We'll just take 6. They don't have any on hits attached to this, so there's no reason for me to be worried about on hits. But I am just worried about the natural course of this game. I have fallen behind very quickly. I think just due to the natural arcane damage that Viserai can deal. They haven't even had a cash in turn. This is a card that really demands to be blocked here. Like 100% demands to be blocked. Yeah. And then I'm going to throw another one at you. I love that noise, dude. Thanks for following on Kick, Bryson. I appreciate it, brother. So, yes, we're going to pay 1. We're going to name it Surging Strike. Yes, we're going to use Katsu's ability. We're going to go get a red Whelming Gust Wave. I'm going to attack Gust Wave for 4. If they want to stop me from drawing a card here, they have to give me 2 cards. And then the Black Water is sweet because it actually hits off Mask and draws a card, which means they'll probably give me 1 card here if I had to guess. Sorry to ask again. What do you say this site's play on's called? No, dude, no apologies necessary. This site is called Talishar. Hang on. Let me type it in the chat. Talishar.net. So it should come through here in just a second. Or actually, I think I need to type it over here. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out like the whole Kick Chat thing and like where all these different things go. But that's what you're looking for right there. No, I'm not gonna pay for that. Oh man. Oh, we were so close to having a great turn there. Had we drawn a Fluster Fist, we would have gotten a card into their hand, which would have been amazing. Okay, so this is bad. So let's pitch the Lord of Wind here. How many Fluster Fists have come out of the deck so far? 1. So we need to keep another one in the deck. So let's go 3, 6, 8. We're going to go to 1 here. Wait. Oh, no. I'm an idiot. Oh, no. Boo. I'm a bag none. Me not being able to count was bad there. I wasn't going to be able to keep a card, so it doesn't really matter. Now we're just super dead to the Arcane here, I imagine. Like, if they have, like if they can just push Thorn through, we're dead here, I think. Yeah, like, they'll probably just take all the cards out of our hand. We need to be able to keep a card to really do anything also. We never use Cross-Strap. Really makes me think that I should have been more attentive to the whole Cross-Strap conundrum. I guess we'll pitch a Gust Wave. We'll block 6 and then die a Sag Death. Got signed up? I'll see you on the podium at Nationals. Hey, I love to hear it. I'm gonna prevent my last one, and then we're gonna take this and die. Well played, opponent. So honestly, the crazy part to me is that even though that game felt like I was on the back foot the entire game, we still found a way to like kind of crawl into it. Like I didn't think we were going to have as good a chance as I thought we were there, honestly. But I don't know. Like we made that game closer than I thought we were going to. AB1 is necessary. I also think, like, one of the other things that I think I could have done better there is if had I used my cross strap earlier for a surging strike and pitched one of my blues to actually like prevent Arcane, I think we would have been in a better spot at the end of the game there. So like when you pair those two things together, I think I have a better shot to win that game. So, and honestly, when I'm playing games and I'm like testing decks and I'm doing stuff like this, one of the things that you'll hear me say more often than not is that I hate playing again. I hate when I lose to something I couldn't have helped. And I know a lot of people will say like, oh, I would have rather have lost to something I couldn't have helped because it was out of my hands. I hate with every fiber of my being losing when I can't help it. Looking at a game going, I could have done nothing to change the outcome, and I played everything as optimally as possible, and I still lost. I hate that, because it means that I never had a shot. When I do something, like if I play a game and I made a mistake, and it's something I can fix, I can look at that and go, you know what? At least I made a mistake. At least I can fix me being a putz and me making a bad play. I can live with that. Like that's always been my train of thought. And honestly, it's one of the big reasons that I like Flesh and Blood more than I like Magic. And I say that after grinding Magic for like, I think I competitively grinded Magic like at PPTQs and like RPTQs and like, what were they called? PTQs, Pro Tour qualifiers, things like that. Like after playing like all of those things and like grinding out for as long as I did, I just like Flesh and Blood's just better for the reasons I'm telling you guys right now. I don't think Command and Conquer is where we want to be. I think we're going to cut Razors. I think, like, I mean, I don't know, maybe Razors are where we need to be at to push through as much damage as possible here. We'll probably just try to use our empowerments the best what we can. You know what? Let's leave Razors in and try to get them. And then I think we'll just play the 66 card special here against Bravo. I don't mind to play more cards than I need to against Bravo. Bravo's one of those decks that like will probably try to run us out of cards. Yeah, Ben getting in with the thumbs down Patrick emote. That's the Carly special emote if I've ever seen one right there. And we're going second against Bravo, which honestly I know that like them heaving a Pulverize is extremely bad for us, but I think we want to go second. Kodachi. Kodachi. Get in there with the Kodachis. Be like water. You're going to give me a card for this one because it's mask and it's be like water. So hopefully they don't have a defense reaction here. Because this feels pretty good. So yes, I'm going to pay one here. I'm going to name Surging Strike. Yes. Oh, we drew another card? Even better. I have no way to get Bonds of Ancestry here. Womp womp. So I guess we're going to discard the Dishonor so that it'll be there later for us to try and find the Dishonor line. Being able to turn off Bravo's ability isn't backbreaking, but it would be very beneficial for us. So we discard the Dishonor here. That feels correct to me. We go get Whelming Gust Wave because it is a relevant on-hit effect. They'll probably give us a card and an equipment, and then they'll probably give us a red card. Brother, am I really gonna get this lucky right now that I'm gonna be able to push through 2 on-hit effects on turn 1? Man, this has been an extremely good turn for us. Now, Pulverize does have something to say about that, but this has still been a very good turn for us. So let's go E-Strike, put this on the bottom, and we'll go buff power. Like, our opponent blocks 7, and I mean, we had an 18-point turn, and we get to Arsenal a card here. Like, I would call this a very good line of play. Oh, this is so bad. That means they have the pummel. And there's nothing I can do about a red pummel here. You got me, opponent. So, let me ask you this. Is there any merit to us saying no blocks? Like, they have to have the pummel here. There's no world where they don't have a pummel. The only world where they don't have a pummel is that they were forced to block with... that they blocked with a red card last turn, and then they had trip reds in their hand. And then no, if they had trip reds, they still throw the Pulverize. So, okay, so they have blue pummel. Okay, let's stop overthinking. So if I say no blocks, I'm discarding the Fluster Fist. I'm going to go Cross Strap, Surging Strike. If it hits, go get a Gust Wave, a Whelming Gust Wave, and then have that whole turn cycle again. So I think I have to say no blocks here and still play to having a pretty decent turn. Yeah. I think this has to be the play, because we're going to discard the Fluster Fist, Cross Trap, Surging Strike. If it hits, go get a Gust Wave. If it doesn't hit, play the Gust Wave and then Arsenal. My opponent being a good sport. I mean, that's fair. I give my opponent that. Yeah, we're just going to have to say no blocks. If they don't have the pummel, our hand is like really sweet. Yeah, okay, so they definitely had the pummel there. So we discard the Fluster Fist, which also gives us other options with bonds later in the game. Cross Trap, Surging Strike. They can also just keep 3 blues at any point they want to and have the... keep 3... If they keep 3 blues and they have the capability of... throwing the Pulverize. They crowned away the Pulverize, right? Yeah, they crowned away the Pulverize. All right, I'm not going completely crazy, so that's good at least. I mean, I might be crazy, but it has nothing to do with the pulverize. So, you know, positives. You got to look at the good things. I honestly think this is just flick flack here. Like, I think we're just going to play flick flack. We take 3, go to 27, and then when they go for hammer, we're going to throw Whelming Gustwave for 5. And then I'm going to go Kadachi, Arsenal to reinforce the line. I think that's our line of play here. We are not going to get a better use out of Flick Flack here than we are this turn. Like, Flick Flack, like, this is Flick Flack's ceiling in this mirror. Like, or not in this mirror, in this matchup. Oh, I'm hovering over my over my spreadsheet. I wonder what was happening. This is Flick Flack's mirror in this matchup because, and I'll tell you why it's Flick Flack's ceiling. Because Flick Flack says, if the next card you defend with this turn is a card with combo, it gains +2. There are not many go again things in the Bravo deck. You have Zealous Belting and Rouse, and you have the occasional person who plays E-Strike. It does happen. I'm not saying if you play Bravo, you should be on E-Strike, but it does happen. So if you take turns like that, like my opponent's got to be like, I assume they haven't refreshed here. So like Flick Flack blocks for 4, we take 3, go to 27. Whelming Gustwave blocks for 5 off the hammer. Okay, there they are. They're active again. I definitely did not want to claim victory that way. That is not how I want to win this game. I need to play. Oh, they're going to throw Chokeslam at us. So we block 5, take 3. I mean, I guess we could just block all 8. Is it better to just go to, like, there is no great option here. I don't know if that interaction works that way IRL or not. But if it does, that's cool. It's good for us anyway. So doing this makes them think a little bit here. And then we're just going to Arsenal to reinforce the line. This hand sucks. So we do have Breeze Rider boots, which means it's important to have Lord of Winds in our deck. Which means let's block Flusterfist Bonds here. They have the pummel, we have the reinforce the line. Oh, feels bad, brother. Feels bad. You love to see it. You love to see it. So we get to go Kadachi Soul Beat Strike here, putting pressure on for Mask. The fun part is that they have to give us a card from hand, because they have to give us a card from hand or they have to give us Mask. Crater Fist does not cover this up. We were able to get oh, that's our last red pummel. Woo! You love to see that. We were actually able to get most of their. We've been able to get most of their equipment so far this game, which has been sweet. This game must go so much slower when people are new. Yes, you are 1000% correct. That is why, if you really want to learn to play, I would like to put together 2 decks. Have you like come over to the house one day, or I'll come over to your place. We can like come over and like hang out and like have pizza or something. And I'll teach you how to play. And then like you can come and play on like Friday night or something when you actually like understand the game. And you'll still play slowly trying to figure out the game, but you'll play a lot quicker than like if you were learning to play while you were there. So it is relevant. Pitch Gust Wave to play leg tap. Rising Knee Thrust. If both of those hit, throw Soul Beat Strike to threaten Mask. We go to 21 here. I think that's fine. Let's do it. When, where do you all play? So there's couple of days throughout the week that people play. On Friday nights we play at Joa's. It's called the Outpost. It's in Johnson City, like near downtown. And then on Saturdays we play at Richards at 3:30, and we play at 7 o'clock on Friday nights. So I mean, we play multiple times throughout the week. I like that we don't have to use Katsu's ability. We just got the natty rising knee thrust line going on. We'll throw a red soul beat strike here. Oh, this is a sink below. Yeah, I was like, this has sink below written all over it. There's no reason you don't give us cards there. Row 3, 6, 9. So we block 9, take 2, Arsenal the Descendant Gust Wave, and then how many Fluster Fists are left in our deck? We have one red fluster. Oh, we have no red Fluster Fists, so we do have blues though, which is fine. Oh, he Desominated this. Eh. Let's block with Mugenshi Release. It's dominated. Yeah, see, Billy realized that before I did. Throwing 4 here is not relevant, so we're just gonna Arsenal this. Like, no reason for us to get greedy or really do anything dumb. Brother, back-to-back dominated crippling crushes here. I mean, Zach, I have to block this. I mean, we'll throw Kadachi for one. Like, we were winning this game and in the driver's seat every step of the way. So if we go 3, 6, 8, 9, take 2, go to 3. We can go pitch. Well, we'll need to block with Dishonor, actually. Keep the Fluster Fist. And then we'll go Kadachi, Fluster Fist. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think we're really going to win the game from here. I don't really think that him drawing 3 crippling crushes in a row, 2 of them being dominated, I just don't think is a winning line for us. I mean, sometimes you just get good. Lol. I mean, luck. I mean, dude, like, yeah, my opponent was just, obviously they were just better than me. Like, luck, never heard of her. Like, I am going to turn on boots if my opponent oh man. My opponent has just had it rolled up this game. So, I mean, we block 5 and take 3 and die. Yeah, I mean, honestly, this is WoW. I mean, dude, like, there is nothing that is going to prepare me to play against 3 crippling crushes back to back to back. 2 of them were dominated. I think that's what people call high rolling. Well, 1 and 3 on the night is not what I would call a good start to our night of oh man, I'm supposed to be like, you know, winning games and showing you guys how to win with Katsu, but it's not happening right now. Triple crippling crush, back to back to back, 2 of them dominated. Yeah, that's gonna be my note on that game. Like whenever I lose, I'm just gonna put get good lol whenever I lose. Sounds like a skill issue, bro. Are the decks provided on Talishar, or do I need to neck deck them from somewhere? Any heroes you recommend? So hang on, let me see what the website that I use is called. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. Fabrari.net. So Bryson, this is what you're looking for. That's the website you want to use to find decks. And so once you get on there, you have to make an account before it'll really let you do anything. You can't save decks or like edit them in any way, but it's free. You make a free account. You just need an email to sign up with. And then once you're there, from there, all you have to do is you can click on decks and you can go to tournament. And you can look through whatever you want to, like you can look through all the recent decks. Lexi is a really good hero right now. Dash is one of my personal favorites. Dash is very easy to play and it's very easy to understand. Dash will really help you like understand the concept of the game and like really get really get into it that way, if that makes any sense. So that's what I would be looking for. Dash is like a good one to start with. Is what I learned how to play. Fai, Fai is a ninja hero that's like a little bit more complicated to play, but still easier to play. Trying to think of what else. I could show you how to play Bravo. I would start with Dash and Fai and look at those decks. Lexi is like one of the better heroes right now, though. So that's where I would start. I know I just threw a lot at you, but that's where I would start. Okay. I gotta use the bathroom. I'm gonna take like 2 minutes here, fill up my water, use the bathroom. I'll be back. Thanks for hanging out tonight, guys. All right, we're back. All right, let's see if we can turn this 1-3 into something better here. hoping that I can turn this into something better. Also, I think one of my problems with the Katsu deck, if I'm being entirely honest, is that I don't have the best sideboard plan. I don't always know what I should sideboard or when I should sideboard things, so it's tough for me to be like, oh yeah, like this, like that's always my plan, or this is always my plan. All right, so my opponent's going to go first. We have AB2, we have Tunic, everything else is the same. We don't have anything else in our sideboard that we want, so we're just going to leave it the same. The one of Fog Down is honestly something that I just kind of put in there because I didn't know what else I wanted. So I honestly think what I might need to do is have like a 51 card main deck and have like to where I have it set up to where I bring 9 cards in this matchup, 9 cards in that matchup, and so on and so on. That's probably what I'm going to have to end up doing, if I'm being honest. Okay, so they're running the typical... I was like, I don't know what they're trying to undo here. I mean, that's fine. I can play around 1 Frostbite, so... I mean, I'm just going to join them at 36 here, which is fine. Like, it's not like it's the end of the world for me. They're going to play an Insidious Chill. Okay. That's fine. Pay 2 or this loses Go again. That's fine. It lost Go again. I am going to AB2 that, though. We'll take 1 here. And then my opponent's going to take 5. So they played all these cards. Like, they played a setup card, which is pretty good. But my opponent's going to take 3 here. I don't know that I agree with them blocking with their Ironhide Gauntlet there. They took 3. We took 1 that turn. Now they did set up, which is important to note. Like, them having setup turn is, like, setup card is important. It's not like that's for nothing. Let's come in. Alrighty then. Alrighty then. Will Kadachi. And then we'll go for 7 here. I just think pushing damage is better. Maybe I'm supposed to go again there because I know I'm drawing a card off Mask. Like, maybe that's just the play. This Nourishing Emptiness thing is, like, real interesting. Now, they do get a lot of tempo off of this. The Nourishing Emptiness is a lot of tempo. Like, there's a lot of value in a Nourishing Emptiness. Probably, like, the only... Like, they're probably playing a one of... Like, maybe they're on... They're probably on 1 Nourishing Emptiness. I'm not sure. I haven't seen an updated Icelander list in forever. The last time I saw anybody playing Icelander was when Hamilton played Icelander in Chicago, like, before Baltimore. Like, that was, like, back in February. That's the last time I've seen anybody play that. So... This is great. Yes, we're going to pay 1. We're going to name Surging Strike here. It's the obvious play. We're going to activate Katsu. We're going to discard a Fluster Fist. We're going to go get a Bonds of Ancestry. We're going to play Descendant Gust Wave for free. 5 go again. You'll love to see it. We have a resource floating in. We have Tunic we can use. I mean, if our opponent has like a Blizzard or something, it's a blowout. But not much we can do about it. Honestly, if they do have a Blizzard, and if they have a Blizzard, it's just like cry myself to sleep. They've already played one, so it's not super likely that they have another. Ooh, they do nothing. They do nothing. All right, we go Bonds. We're going to choose Fluster Fist. Go get a Fluster Fist. They don't have a reaction. This is also Mask. Okay. I didn't think we'd get this far if y'all want the truth, so I think I'm just going to throw Be Like Water because it's a go again attack. I don't know what they could possibly have. Like, maybe they're on, like, the Eisenloft plan, and they're just hanging on, trying to hang on for dear life so that they can Eisenloft me. No, we're not going to pay one to give this a name. And then we missed out on Kadachi, but that's okay. I should have used the Tunic to pay 1. I don't think that's correct either. They have to have the Eisenloft here. Like, I don't know what other set of cards they could deem worth taking my entire turn. I have no idea. I have absolutely no clue what did they block anything? No, they blocked with 1 card. Of course, my hand is all reds. Yes. Yeah, so Eisenloft is just going to shut my turn down here. Yep. What is this, 4 Frostbites? Oh, that's more than 4 Frostbites. Oh boy, this is a lot of damage here. I mean, I want to keep Bonds, Gust Wave in my deck for sure. Have we already seen a leg tap? No, so we'll discard the leg tap. I guess I'm probably supposed to use Tunic there. Definitely supposed to use Tunic. So I go to 23. So we're going to go to 23, and then we're going to take 7 and go to 16, and then it's a 9-point game all of a sudden. Icelanders turned it around here. We might have ourselves a real game. It's getting spicier and spicier by the minute. Okay, what is up with these quad reds? This is 2 hands of quad reds. I don't really understand where all the quad reds are coming from. Like, the crazy part here is, like, I can't do anything but throw the Surging Strike. It's like, I definitely feel like they wanted to play a card there before something happened. Yeah, see, Channel is so bad. So if I just played Soul Beat Strike there, it still wouldn't have mattered. I mean, I can pay for the Frostbite at least. It sounds like my opponent, like, they're just playing a version of Icelander that is, like, just always playing Frost Hex. No, I'm not gonna. I mean, no, I can't pay at all. So I'm just gonna pass. I kind of hope my opponent Waning Moons me here if you guys want the God's honest truth. Because it means that they don't have any, like, Eisenloft garbage on their turn. I will pay 1 to prevent that 1. We'll go strike that. Okay, we have some blues. So honestly, the funny part is, like, the only reason that that was as bad as it was is because we never had any... because we never had any blues. Okay, so they get, so we might as well just block as much as we can here. Pay 2. We'll pay 2. Now they get to keep channel, but they have nothing to do. We can do nothing, so we're just gonna have to pass and hope they don't have anything cool again. This is looking grimmer and grimmer every turn. Yeah, we'll pay for that. Okay, trip blues means we can pay for whatever they're doing. Oh my gosh. Leave me alone. Is there any way for me to keep a card here? The only thing I can keep is a red if I do it the way I want to do it, so absolutely not. I'm just going to pay. Just going to keep cards in my deck here. They'll probably put... it doesn't matter. Like, that's 6 and 1, half dozen the other. Whatever they put on top is exactly the same as the other one. They both say 0 for 2. I think I'm just going to take 2. We got to refresh Talishar. We're going to go Stab Wound then Bonds. Like... So I'm at 12. It's not crazy to think that my opponent could try and kill me. They can try. I don't think they can. I don't see a reason to use my Tunic yet. Might as well just keep the Tunic. Like, we're in pretty good standing where we sit now. Because our 2 resources allow us to pay for the Kadachi, and then we're getting rid of the Frostbite, so we're getting rid of their Frost Hex. I guess if they, like, I mean, it's possible they can kill me from here. Like, I'm not saying it's not. So if they have 3 blues, an Ice Eternal, and an Ice card to fuse with, I still think they're short. Because that would be the equivalent. They'd be paying 6 into it after they activate Stormstriders, which means they would have 3 Frostbites, 3 Arcane damage. I would break one of the Frostbites that I have by using Tunic, which actually saves me a point. I get to AB2, so I take 1, and then I take 3, so I take 4, go to 8, and then I would take 3 and go to 5, and then all of a sudden they have no Stormstriders. Interesting. I can block 1 here. What the heck? Oh, the Cold Snap. I didn't pay for the cold snap, so my arsenal's frozen. I'm so used to like the little like interface that tells me it's frozen. Well, it's good we had a soul beat strike to put back on top, because this is not looking good from here. Hopefully they can't like Eisenloft me here. Eisenloft would actually allow them to win the game. I have won, as an Icelander player, I have won so many games when I was at 1 like this. They reveal an Ether Hill. No, I'm just gonna discard here. Take 5, go to 5. So now, this is real interesting. I think I've lost here, honestly. The Frostbite. I wasn't counting the Frostbite. So yeah, see, this is just... Wait, no, I was... So they have to have a spell to kill me here? I mean, I guess if they have like an Ice Bolt, like anything that does more than 1 just kills me. Arctic Incarceration to give me 2 Frostbites. Oh no, they're trying to Coronet Peek me here. Let's start here. Like this is... man. Like if I can win this game, I would be shocked. Their hand must be like triple reds. I'm not going to pay to prevent dominate. Oh, I'm just dead to the waning moon. Yeah, I'm just dead here. It doesn't matter. Oh, well. You don't have to storm strategy me, brother. Yeah, so this is one of those games where, like, honestly, like, feels like I should have won, if you want the truth. Like, I'd have to go back and watch the game to, like, see what I could have done differently to actually see if there was a way for me to win this game. But I think I had 2 triple red hands this game. Like, yeah, you all you had to do was waning moon me there. Like, in fact, you pitch a yellow. What does freezing point cost? 3? Yeah, so pitching a yellow to like waning moon me to see what happens would have been way more correct than doing all of that anyway. So Icelander is one of those decks that kind of like it, like the Icelander matchup into Ninja is extremely close. I have bullied a lot of like ninjas playing Icelander, and I've also been bullied by Ninja a lot. So I don't know. It's a tough matchup. Should have one. Changed the outcome. So I wrote that I don't think I could have changed the outcome, and I put that because I honestly don't think I could have. Like, if I'm gonna win that game and change the outcome, I don't know what it looks like. In all honesty, I have God's honest no clue what that looks like for me if I am gonna win that game. So I don't know. That's tough, man. Rough games with Katsu tonight. So like, I'm 1-4 right now, and I just like, I don't know. I feel like it would be very remiss of me if I said that I was 1-4 for any reason other than me playing poorly. But there've been multiple games tonight where it feels like I could not have done anything. So let's see. The Lexi game we lost because I could not block any better, and that one turn cost me the game. We beat the first Icelander, and then I lost a Viserai off the back of me not using my... I'd never used my cross strap that game, and I think that cost me some points. I still don't know that I win that game, but I think it helps. And then the triple crippling crush against Bravo, I genuinely don't think I can ever beat that. I don't think there's a world where I win that game. And then that Icelander game, it feels like I should have won that game. So I don't know. I don't know where I turn my games around tonight. I'm sure there's a way. Like, Flesh and Blood is way too analytical and way too, like, math-driven for me not to be able to find a way to win games. But I don't know. Not sure. Probably a spot where I can do something and make my night better here. Like, just because I can't see how I can make my night better also doesn't mean that it's not there. That's also a very accurate statement, so... Funny part's I almost played Dromai tonight. Like, I almost ended up playing Dromai tonight. I think that Dromai is going to be one of the better decks in the format moving forward. And so I'm really thinking about, like, trying to pick up Dromai and, like, playing it. I have majority of the cards for it. Like, I have, like, I think I have, like, almost all the dragons except the, like, I don't have Tumblety, like, the majestic ones. I don't have that. And then I have Crown of Providence, I have Ghostly Touch, I have Flamescale Furnace, I have Crown of Reflection, I own Passing Mirages. Like, I own all the cards that get played inside of Dromai pretty much for the most part. I like to turn this, I like to throw a couple more numbers on the front of that 1-4 before the evening's over with. Doesn't help if I can't find anybody to play against. Let's play against Azuri. I've played very few games against Azuri. I think I'll go second. I know this isn't like a comp lobby, but I still think it's worth playing into. Flick Flack and Reinforce the Line, I think, are very good cards here. Command and Conquer is also a great card. They do play... Some lists play Crown of Providence, some lists don't. Let's cut our razors. This is a deck that's probably not going to block Kadachi, so I'm inclined to keep Bleed Out In. It's a very good card. And, like, it's so hard for me to sit here and go, what should I cut? Because all of my cards are just value-oriented. Like, maybe I cut Soul Beat Strikes here. Maybe I cut E-Strikes here. Gosh, that feels so bad. I don't know, like, this deck also blocks very well, so it's not very combo oriented. So maybe I'm looking at... I think we can cut Soul Beat Strikes here regardless. And then maybe we're just trimming on cards. Like, maybe we're just trimming cards. Maybe we cut an Empowerment. Maybe we cut a Rising Knee Thrust. And maybe we cut a... I don't know. We're just going to play 64 cards. Like... I'm just going to play 64 cards and see what happens. And if I get punished for it, I get punished for it. Sometimes it's just how it goes. My opponent just Arsenal passes here. Interesting. Talishar just crashed or something? What the heck is happening? Alright, there we go. That's better. That's more of what I'm looking for there. I don't know if Talishar just, like, had a stroke or what happened, but that was interesting to say the least. Okay, so Kadachi. They block with down and dirty. Interesting. Descendant Gust Wave. If this hits, I won't Katsu. Like, I don't... I was like, I don't think this is worth... I don't think one extra point is worth the Katsu there. No, I'm not going to use Katsu's ability. I'm going to Arsenal my Flick Flack, though. I don't know what he's about to Azuri in. I was like, but we're going to let Flick Flack do its work for us. This hand is not good, like, at all. Cross-strapping this hand does not feel good. Like, nothing feels good about this hand. I think we're just gonna, like, I could, like, if I had had a 0-cost red, I might consider going Kadachi, then cross-trap Command and Conquer. Like, I don't know, that all felt bad. Yeah, we're gonna take 4 here. I'm okay with taking the Spider's Bite here also, like... He probably has something to Azuri in, but I was like, in case he doesn't, I do want to block the Infect. Oh, it's Death Touch. I was like, why did it change to 6, but the card text didn't change? I'm going to Arsenal the Leg Tap here. I think having Leg Tap and Arsenal... I'd rather have the Leg Tap and Arsenal, honestly. They have more Frailty Traps coming, so I'm just going to let the Bleed Out hit. They have Sink Below. They do have a lot of, like, very defensive cards. I am not going to pay for that. I'm just going to Arsenal this. So they go buff power here. So we block bonds, take 4, go to 26. Kadachi, leg tap, rising knee thrust. Arsenal, whelming gust wave. I mean, we're gonna see a surging strike at some point throughout the game, so I think that's fine. Another Frailty Trap. Back-to-back Frailty Traps for my opponent. It's very good. And honestly, just, like, pretty overwhelmingly bad for us. Here as a whole, like... I've watched a bunch of videos. Definitely going to have to get my hands on cards in order to figure this out. Seems cool, though. Having to follow what cards I put on the bottom is tough. Yes. Remembering pitch stacking and like what you've put on the bottom is like one of the hardest parts of the game, like as a whole. It's like hands down, in my opinion, one of the most difficult parts of the game. So I completely understand where you're coming from. So, man. I'm just going to block Bonds with whatever they throw next. Bonds and Breeze Rider Boots. I have no interest in blocking that. I want to be able to block 3 on whatever they're doing. Now, if it's a Command and Conquer, it's a blowout, but... They get to banish a card from my hand. also very good for them. I think I'm lagging here. Surgical being just enough to make my hand bad. Also, my hand being good is also living off of the, like, also, like, living off of, like, the predication of, like, we're just gonna, like, actually, like, get the hit with the Whelming Gust Wave here. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn on Breeze Rider boots. They have a Sink Below or a Fate Foreseen here. Yeah, if they're playing around the breaking scales. I mean, it's a smart play by them. I think this is like the line that we had to take to make this worth for us. I really don't like arsenaling that Mugenchi release at all. I do not like that at all. So we block. I don't. I think we're just taking this as much as I don't want to. Izuri just trades down so well compared to us. Like, they just trade down so well. It's so hard to keep up with what they're trying to do. What keeps happening? Talishar has hit like a serious bug lately where like it like recognizes that you're trying to play cards but trying to pitch cards. Like, I don't really know how to explain it. If this is, I was like, if this is Frailty Trap number 3, I'm probably just going to throw myself off a bridge. So let's pick Go again. So that way we can throw the Fluster Fist. We'll throw the Fluster Fist, we'll Arsenal to reinforce the line. No, I'm not going to use Katsu's ability. And then we're just going to throw a 0 for 4 here. Like, Fluster Fist just being an on-ray 0 for 4 is, like, its sole purpose, basically. Like, our opponent managed to block 7, and they still get to have a 3-card hand. They revealed a yellow. Interesting. Like, again, I just can't block this. This just feels so bad. Did they just play Codex of Blood Rot and then Codex of Frailty all in the same turn? They did. That is a line of play that just happened. I don't really know how Katsu's supposed to win this matchup. I'm trying, like, let me look and see. Have I ever beaten this? Lost to Azuri. So I've only played against Azuri once, and I've lost to it. And I remember it felt a bit abysmal last time I played it, too. Like, it just seemed so bad. It felt terrible last time I played it, too. I very, very, like, strongly remember feeling that way. Well, my opponent blocks 7. And then I go to 13, and then I have a reinforcer line to block with pretty effectively. Let's block Dishonor. Okay. Gonna be honest, I don't really understand what happened right there. Okay. Again, like, I literally clicked on the Kadachi and then clicked on the Flusterfist. Like, Talishar has, like, been really buggy lately, and I don't really understand it. I mean, I'm just gonna buff power here. Bro. I try really hard not to complain about Talishar, because Talishar is a 1000% free client to play and use, but it's been really bad lately. I don't know if like they like changed developers or like what happened here recently, but like, man, Talishar has felt buggy. And to be 100% honest with you guys, I'm not a fan. So if they have like a buff effect here, this is really bad. I suppose that's essentially the same thing. I'm going to use both of these to shut their turn down. I don't really know if that's a great use of the. I mean, I am essentially getting to end their turn here, which I kind of like. If I'm being 100% honest with y'all. I don't like arsenaling the Lord of Wind here. Block with Command and Conquer. Blocking Command and Conquer on a Kadachi takes a lot, and I mean a lot of fortitude. Like, you have to have a lot of like conviction and like knowing your game plan to make that block. So I tip my hat to my opponent, brother. Plague Hive into Frailty. This is just going to have to be what it's going to have to be. This is about as good as it's going to get for me this turn. Shakedown. They're going to name red. They're going to take a Surging Strike. Oh, they chose blue. Sweet. That works for me. I mean, I'm down 9 points, but like, this is the best hand I've had in like all game. So now, yes. I'm going to pay 1 to name this Surging Strike. And then I am going to do this to get a Whelming Gust Wave. Whelming Gust Wave for 4 on hit draw card. They could have given me Tunic there, I suppose. Man. Wish I had a resource here. So if I had a resource here, I could turn on Boots, Mugenshi release for 5, and then go get my Lord of Winds and end the game. I'm not gonna lie. That's mad disappointing. I'm just gonna block with Mask here. Like, Mask and my Flick Flack here. And then I get to go Kadachi, Command and Conquer. Actually, I don't get to Kadachi here. Is there a better line? Am I supposed to go Mugenshi release? Man, if you just had a resource. Yeah, like, so having one resource would have been backbreaking there. Like, it would have ended the game. You don't even need to turn on boots. I need to turn on boots so that all my Lord of Winds have go again, don't I? Like, it is a natural combo, and the Mugenshi release has go again, but the boots have to give my Lord of Winds go again, don't they? I guess I can keep my Mask. Let's go Mugenshi release and Flick Flack. Man, that Frailty, putting in work right there. My hand was going to be sweet. I was going to go Mask, Flick Flack, and then I was going to go Kadachi into pitch Mugenshi release for Command and Conquer, which means Command and Conquer would have been on-hit Mask as well. Not that Mask is super relevant there. Yeah, Billy, am I crazy? Does Lord of Winds not say you have to have, like, it doesn't have go again, does it? You actually have to have the... You actually have to have the, reinforce the line, bailing me out here. Mugenshi has the go again. Lord, I believe, doesn't. Yeah. So Mugenshi definitely doesn't have go again, or it does have go again, but the Lord of Winds, I need boots to give go again for. I could be wrong, though. I haven't played Natural Katsu in so long. Law, you have been on the Tiger Katsu for a while. Are there any red Whelming Gust Waves in my deck that I'm actually drawing to naturally? 2. Is that for real? No, none. Okay, I missed them the first time around, which means there's 3 blue ones I'm playing around to. I think getting this card out of my arsenal is just better. Like, I think just putting my opponent to 6 here. Okay, so they have the Frailty Trap. So I get to block Soul Beat Strike, Fluster Fist. Dude, Talishar is so buggy tonight. Fluster Fist. Soul Beat Strike. Oh, so, okay, so maybe it's not Talishar. Maybe it's just me lagging like a fool. Because my opponent had already blocked before I'd actually done anything there. They give me 2 cards here. What does this say? Banish the top card of their deck and up to 1 card in their arsenal. I definitely cannot go to 1 here. So if I give them Mask, right? So if I give them Mask, I go to 3. I go Surging Strike. I have Empowerment, which is... I don't think Empowerment's going to get me there. Like, I just... Like, for real do not think it's good enough. They'll take the Kodachi here. We're going to go Surging Strike. Oh, they're really about to let this hit? So, Blue Whelming Gust... I'm curious to know why my opponent conceded there. I mean, I'm not complaining, but I do think I was going to win that game anyway, but I don't know. Anyway, that's interesting. Talishar played against Azuri. I went second. We won that game. Okay. Well, we definitely made our Katsu record a lot worse tonight than it was before we started. I can say that with, sadly, a lot of confidence. I wish I was saying that with less confidence, but I'm not. Our record was a lot better before we started tonight, though. So as of now, through 23 games, I was 16-7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So through 29 games, I'm 18-11. Yeah, that's a lot worse than the originally displayed number. Yeah, 16-7 feels a lot better than 18-11. 18-11 is not that good. I mean, it's about what? That's 29 games. 29 games. I mean, it's a little over. It's like the 66 to 70% win percentage, somewhere in that ballpark. So, anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all coming by and hanging out tonight. I've really enjoyed, just everybody hanging out, keeping me company tonight. I actually think that that the Singapore calling is on. If you guys are, staying up for a little bit and you guys are on YouTube or wherever you're watching at, there's a calling on YouTube, actually. It's called Fable Events. They're streaming the Singapore calling. So it's going to be day 2 of that going in. They're going into day 2 because Singapore's 12 hours ahead of us. So then the last thing I'm going to touch on before I head out of here is my Twitch rant, starting at the end of the month. Oh, Billy said, yeah, it's on. He's definitely going to be watching it. Okay, cool. So we definitely know it's on. My Twitch rant, at the end of the month, I'm going to be streaming on Kick, YouTube, and Facebook. I will no longer be streaming on Twitch. Twitch's guideline policies have been updated to where if you cannot multi-stream anymore at all, even if you're no longer affiliated with them. I gave up my affiliate status and I gave up any revenue I was making from Twitch to be able to multi-stream so I could reach a larger audience. And now they've banned that completely. This was kind of like my last straw with Twitch, and they've kind of taken a negative, very negative road in my opinion for content creators. So I'm going to be stepping away from Twitch. So if you guys like my content, be sure to check me out on YouTube. I'm going to be streaming on Kick. You guys can check me out there, and I'll always be on Facebook. But Facebook's kind of more of like just kind of a meme at this point. So anyway, thanks for hanging out tonight, guys. I appreciate it. I will be back. I'm not sure when I'll be back. Honestly, I know my week's kind of mixed up a little bit this week, so I'll be back sometime though. I'll see you guys then. Take it easy, guys.